Okay, got my depth of cut just by sighting down the blade and looking at my line here. So I'm ready to go with that. We'll make a couple cuts here and see how we're doing. As far as the depth, and then I should be right on these lines as well. Okay, that looks good. See if I can show you here. So you can see my other two cuts here. But this is the last one. Going right just past the line, which is fine with me. And then I'll just, I'll do the other 9 pieces. And then set up and do my short ones at the same angle. So I'll run all the remaining long ones, keep this angle the same, and then when I'm done with establishing the first line on the short ones, I'll change my angle and establish the line on the long ones and establish the line on the short ones. And just keep working through it piece by piece. So let me do the long ones here. I'll set up and do the short ones. I'll show you how I do that. And then we'll flip the fence to change the angle. And I'll come back and show you that too. Alright, I got all 9 pieces cut, and one thing I did do with all of these was I marked a 1 on each of the cheeks so that I know that this is my first cut on these pieces. And when I get done, I'll mark a 2 on the other side, so I'll know which sides are identical. Okay, so I got my short pieces in here. And I was just giving this some thought. If I want to err with this thing, I want to err on it being a little short so that it has to move up into the, let me think about that. Yeah, I want it to move up so that if I have to trim anything, it's off the top of this piece. But I'm still going to shoot for the line, so I'm leaving this a little bit short of the line right there. I've got to move my stop now, and what I've done is I put another stop on top here so that I can, if I need to come back to this, I can. So I'm going to loosen this up and take it off. Hopefully I've got enough room here. Oh boy, I just do not. Alright, so let's go back to this. Put this back together. And what I'm going to do is shorten this up. guess I could have just done that anyway. Because what's important is not where this is, it's where this piece is. So I'm going to shorten this up quite a bit so I have enough room. There. I guess I didn't have to put it back together like that. Okay, so now I've got plenty of room here. I can bring my stop up. I gotta bring my T-nuts up here. There's one. Okay, got that one. There it is, okay. I missed it completely. There we go. Okay, so back to square one here. I'm going to be a little shy of the line. I'm going to set this back stop here. That allows me to move this in and out now. I'm going to be shy of the line right there. So I know I'm shy. I'm going to lock it. I want to see how far I have to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this cut, flip it, and make this one, and then just compare the two lines and see where I'm at as far as if my marks were centered properly. Let me make these and we'll see where we're at here. Okay, it looks like I'm pretty close. I'm probably 1/32 of an inch shy on that one and a little less than that on this one. So I'm going to sneak up on this line, the one that's the thinnest. So I'm going to loosen this, advance my stop just about a half a turn is all, tighten back down, run it again. can still see the whole line here. And on this side, I'm probably a line width away, which, you know, if I remember right, yeah. That's what when I brought my line over, that was about how far apart I was. I am right there, about a line width. So I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to take this line, and I'll probably end up right on this one. So I'm going to give this another half a turn. And like I say, if I err, my error is going to be so small now really. But if I err, I want to be just a little thin so that this thing maybe sits up just proud of the top of those legs. Okay, the line is gone. It's gone here. And here it is just, I must have just split that line actually. So I moved a little further than I wanted to, but that's okay. I'm happy with this right here. This is now my short piece. This is the established length I want right here. So I'm going to run the rest of them. Then we'll come back and flip this and establish our next cut. Okay, now like I said, this is my angle. I've got to remove my stop block here. I got to leave my blade the same depth, so I got to slide this back a little. I did put another stop right here, just in case, I guess. Once I move this, I know I won't be able to get this fence back in the exact same position, but I did it anyway. So let me take my stop off again. Okay, so when I butt it up against my fence and bring it up, my sliding table fence, and bring it up to my table saw fence, I'm flush. That's what I want. Now, this is going to be the new setting right here. Alright, so I got to back this off. I don't need that yet. Like I say, that's got to be the world's largest setup jig, as far as I know. Let me get this taken apart here. Got a micro adjuster here that I probably will not be able to use because I'll be back further than this. We'll see. Take this off. Now I've got a bolt in here that comes up through my table that's countersunk, and there's just a T-nut riding that's about in this position right here. So I'm just pivoting at my fence now. And the tightness of that bolt is keeping things steady, which is good. Let me bring this in. Slide it up to my fence. I'm just a little off. I'm going to try and slide this down my fence. Oh, I gotta lock that, no wonder. Slide that down. I'm just touching back here. I've got about a 3/16 right there. So I'm going to push this up. Get it parallel. And then try it again. No, I went too far. It should be it right there. Well, I think I like that right there. That's it. Now I cannot put this back in because there's not enough room back here. So I won't be able to micro adjust my angle. What I am going to do, and I don't know that I can use this either, I guess I could put it out here this way. If I do that, this will be in the way to double check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a quick clamp here. Hope I got one left. I don't. I'm going to have to rob one here. Still at 12, okay. Alright, the beauty of these quick clamps is they fit inside the slots here like this. All I'm going to do is put it on the bottom. And bring it up and clamp it. To the bottom of my table. Like so. That should be it. That should be rock solid. Now that is, I can't do any better than that, I don't think. I'm nice and tight along here. If I slide this up to the fence this way, keeping it tight. See if I touch anything first. Boy, oh boy. I'm going to move it just a fraction. I got to come back this way. Just a pencil line probably. That's what I am going to do. I'm going to make a pencil line back here on my extrusion so I have a reference point. I'm going to loosen this up. Get my other glasses on here. And I'm just going to squeeze this forward with my thumb just a bit. Right there. Geez, I went too far. It's not that, boy, it's not that much. I think when I clamp this, it kind of maybe moves it just a little bit. There it is. Okay, there it is. So I've got my opposite angle. And now I need to establish where I'm going to make my cut. So I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and put my T-square on here, or my square, and I'm going to make a cut line across on both of these. And then I should, when I get it just right, I should be coming right up, right to that cut line. So let me establish that. Before I do that, I can put this back in place. The chances of this being right are pretty slim, but we won't know until we try it. It's way off. Alright, so that doesn't do me any good. Somewhere right here. Alright, I'm going to make my knife lines on these and I'll be right back. I think I should show this to you. So all I'm doing is I'm putting my knife in this groove perpendicular as best I can, sliding up my square to that point, or to the back of the knife. Okay, so that's my line. That looks good. Okay, I'm going to flip this over and do the same thing on this side. Okay, I'm going to trust this one a little more than the other because when I had that in there I was a little too deep, I think. And you can see the angle here is going that way, and if I go down the angle I move my line away that way. So this time I had the point up here right near the top, and yeah, that's right on the money. I'll go back and look at this one. Well, I guess I can do that. Yeah, I'll do it on this side too. I did the wrong side over there. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true. It's angled one way, the other way. And then, so you do get a much truer cut this way because you are right on the edge. Whereas when you're doing it on this side, this side, you're pushing it away. Okay, well, I got 4 lines there. And we'll trust this point and this point the best. No, this point and this one. These two go that way. So it's the outside point I want to trust the best. Okay, I'm short of the line, so I'm going to just run it and sneak up on it. I'm just looking at these to see which one I want to trust more, and I like this one better. So this is the line I'm going to sneak up on right here. This one is just, it's so close, but it looks to be like it's just a little bit fatter. So I'm going to go with this one. I got about a 1/16 of an inch to go here. So here we go. That's close. I still have a little room yet. I can't do any better than that. I think that's fantastic. Let me show you what I got here. So here's my, hope this shows up on the camera. See my cut line there? Come on, baby, focus here. There we go. So there's my cut line. And it's just, it's about as perfect as I can get. The only true way is to have a mortise and push it up against there and see if it's gonna saddle up on both sides, but I don't have any doubts right now anyway. And the other side is just as good. This thing. Maybe it's just my eyeballs. All right, let's get busy. I'm going to do the rest of them. So you can see my cut line right, or my knife line right there, and it's perfect. Perfect intersection. This I marked with a plus. This was the first one I did. I was using this cut line, knife line I should say, as my reference. This was the second one I did up here. And you can see that even with this one, I think the knife line is right. Well, there is no knife line on that side. Never mind. So that's it. It is what it is. Oh, the knife line is on this side. Sorry. That looks perfect to me too. I'm happy as can be. I'll do the other 9. Set up and do the other 9, the short ones, and then we can set up and make some cheat cuts.